Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. March is an excellent time for outdoor events, with the weather finally warming up. On this episode, I'll be discussing some local concerts at the Stationery Factory and the Wehry Theater in Great Barrington, 2 film showings, one with the Berkshire Theater Group and one with Clark Art, and more. Plus, a St. Patrick's Day parade taking place in Holyoke. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when did the first St. Patrick's Day parade occur? Now, for this episode's local headlines. First, we'll be going to the Stationery Factory in Dalton for a concert with AC/DC cover band Back in Black. The true AC/DC experience show, performed by Back in Black, has been touring the United States since 1990, entertaining audiences with their accurate replication of AC/DC's music, old and new. Armed with an impressive song list of over 80 songs, you are sure to be pleased. The high-energy live show, professional sound and production, and exact song replication will surely leave you wanting more. There is no substitute for this band. In addition, the 413s will be opening the show. Coming from the hill towns of western Massachusetts, the 413s are celebrated for their modern take on rock and roll, blending classic influences with contemporary sounds. Their set list includes covers of legendary acts like the Rolling Stones and the Black Crowes, showcasing both their versatility and respect for rock's original history, plus originals like Tomorrow, Southern River, and Wild Eyes. This concert is scheduled for March 21st at 7:30 p.m. All tickets can be purchased at the website shown here. Speaking of concerts, for our next one, we'll be going to Massamoka for a concert with Yaya Bay. Rising R&B star Yaya Bay's music contains multitudes, at once celebratory and deeply personal, sophisticated and full of visceral grooves, with a voice to melt hearts soaring above it all. Her wide-ranging sound is rooted in classic R&B, but brings in everything from hip-hop to soca to jazz and beyond. Fans of The Roots, Raven Lene, and Phony People will feel right at home. This concert takes place on March 21st at 8 p.m. For more information, visit Massamoka's website shown here. Up next, we'll be visiting Berkshire Theater Group for a screening of a film. Experience the award-winning coming-of-age musical Out of My Comfort Zone on the big screen at the Colonial in this free special screening and filmmaker Q&A question and answer event. Set to an original contemporary score, the story follows two lifelong friends whose relationship is tested by hidden feelings, questions of identity, and the very real presence of adolescence. When a cyberbully threatens to expose their deepest secrets, they're forced to tell the truth and find the courage to be themselves. Honest, emotional, and ultimately hopeful, the film explores friendship, self-discovery, and what it means to grow up in a world where everything feels high stakes. With echoes of Love, Simon, Dear Evan Hansen, and High School Musical, Out of My Comfort Zone brings heartfelt storytelling and original songs together in a way that feels both relatable and inspiring for teens and young adults. The film has earned major festival recognition worldwide, including Best Musical Feature, Best LGBTQ Feature, and Best Original Score. BTG is proud to highlight this very important film. This film will be showing on March 26th at 8 p.m. For more information, visit the website shown here. Up next, we'll be visiting the Edith Wharton Mount in Lenox for their annual Edith Wharton Summit. According to Edith Wharton Mount's website, quote, "Join us for the Edith Wharton Summit, a gathering dedicated to new research, dynamic conversations, and immersive experiences. Set against the backdrop of the Mount, Wharton's beautifully preserved estate in Lenox, the summit offers a unique opportunity to engage with fresh perspectives on Wharton's life and work, connect with fellow admirers, and explore the legacy of one of America's most remarkable and enduring authors from the place she called home." The 2026 Edith Wharton Summit, supported by academic advisors Emily Orlando of Fairfield University and Laura Rattay, the University of Glasgow in Scotland, seeks to explore what is Edith Wharton's relevance today in an ever-changing world. How does she speak to our contemporary society at a time perhaps not dissimilar to one Wharton described in January 1932 as leaving us all, in her words, quote, "nervously sitting on the thin crust of the same volcano." This 3-day event will offer an invigorating cocktail of behind-the-scenes house tours, up-close viewings of Wharton's library, tours of Lenox and the surrounding area, special guest speakers, social mixers, and readings in the main house, stable auditorium, and on the terrace and grounds. Select sessions will be sponsored by both the Edith Wharton Society and the Edith Wharton Review. This summit will be a celebration of the Wharton Scholarship published in the last 10 years, since the last Wharton gathering in Washington, D.C. in 2016. Alongside your hot off the press new research, end quote. The 2026 Edith Wharton Summit is scheduled to take place from June 3rd through June 6th. Tickets just became available for the summit now, but they are selling out fast. For more information, visit the website shown here. For our next story, we'll be going to the Wehry Performing Arts Center in Great Barrington for a performance with rock band Better Than Ezra. Songs, albums, live performances. Some are simply timeless. From their early roots, circa 1988, playing house parties at Louisiana State University, Better Than Ezra have made their mark on the music world in a major way. The New Orleans Quartet, founded by Kevin Griffin, lead vocals, guitar, piano, and Tom Drummond on bass and backing vocals, who unleash hummable melodies, unshakable guitar riffs, and confessional lyrics, have stood the test of time. From 1995's #1 hit Good, all the way to Taylor Swift's famous 2010 cover of the Better Than Ezra classic, Breathless. And they're still going strong. In May 2024, the band released their long-anticipated 10th studio album, Super Magic, via Roundhill Records. This concert takes place on March 27th, starting at noon. For more information, visit the website shown here. March is the time for the St. Patrick's Day Parade throughout Western Massachusetts. And in Western Massachusetts, one of the largest ones in the entire country takes place in Holyoke. First held in 1952, the parade to honor Irish heritage was the culmination of over a year of planning by the Brian Boru Club and the Ancient Order of Hibernians. The inaugural event was a true community effort, with assistance from members of the Holyoke Police and fire departments, as well as city's parishes and Catholic schools. Over the years, the city of Holyoke, which normally has a population of over 45,000 people, has welcomed up to 400,000 people for this spectacular parade that showcases prize-winning floats, championship bands from the Northeast, and notable celebrities each year. Musical units include internationally known bands, as well as the famed and elaborate costumed Philadelphia Mummers String Bands, an annual favorite since 1967. Leading the parade each year is the Grand Marshal, the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a resident of the city of Holyoke or a member of the Holyoke Parade Committee that is of Irish ancestry. Similarly, the recipient of the annual John F. Kennedy National Award takes place in honor of the parade, takes a place of honor in the parade. Originally presented in 1958 as the Outstanding American of Irish Descent, it was renamed in 1964 to honor the first recipient, Mr. John F. Kennedy, who was then a senator and then, of course, soon to be President of the United States. Here is the parade route courtesy of 22 News. The Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Parade will be going on Sunday, March 22nd. For more information, including the parade route and information about the 4K race held before the parade, visit the website shown here. St. Patrick's Day also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, when did the first St. Patrick's Day parade take place? The answer is 1762. Early Irish settlers to the American colonies, many of whom were indentured servants, brought the Irish tradition of celebrating St. Patrick's Feast Day to America. St. Patrick, who was born in the late 4th century, was one of the most successful Christian missionaries in history. The first recorded St. Patrick's Day parade was held not in Ireland, but in New York City in 1762. And with the dramatic increase of Irish immigrants to the United States in the mid-19th century, the celebration became widespread. It's now time for an update on a previous sports story. The 2026 Winter Olympics have come and gone. Overall, the United States had its most successful Winter Olympics in history, winning 12 golds, 12 silvers, and 9 bronzes. New Englanders helped out with the total. Here is a list of New England Olympians who helped Team USA succeed this year. On the WWHEN Winter Olympics preview, I mentioned how several men's and women's players were from the Bay State area. Both teams won the gold medal, so as a reminder, Matt Boldy out of Mills, Jack Eichel out of North Chelmsford, Noah Hamplin out of Norwood for the men, and Alex Carpenter out of North Chelmsford for the women all won gold medals. They weren't the only people with Massachusetts ties for the team, however. For the men, Charlie McAvoy is a star player for the Boston Bruins. For the ladies, Kendall Coyne Schofield, who has 4 total medals in hockey, attended Berkshire School in Sheffield for her prep high school. Additionally, Megan Keller, who was the hero when she scored the game-winning goal in the women's gold medal match against Canada, which WWHEN predicted, was a star player for Boston College. In other sports, Ryan Cochran-Seigel from the ski factory, Burlington, Vermont, won his second consecutive silver medal in the men's Super G ski race. Connecticut-born snowboarder Mac Forehand won silver in big air, and upstate New York-based cross-country skier Ben Ogden won 2 silver medals. It's now time for this episode's movie, or in this case, television portion of WWHEN. This episode, we'll be reviewing the series The Pit. Full disclaimer before the review. Season 2 of The Pit is currently streaming. However, WWHEN famously does not stream. I've only seen Season 1 up to this point, so my review only regards the first season. The Pit takes place in the emergency department of the fictional Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Trauma Medical Center. It takes place over the process of one day. Leading the department is Chief Attending Michael Robbie Robinovich. Assisting Dr. Robbie are an eclectic and diverse group of residents, nurses, technical support teams, and fellow attendings, all of whom have their own skills, experiences, and baggage that they bring to the emergency department. With the toll of complicated hospital politics, personal crises, and patients abound, the Pit staff faces an uphill battle in having the resilience needed for their profession in an understaffed and overburdened department. The Pit was one of 2025's biggest success stories, earning several Emmy Awards, including Best Drama and Best Actor for Noah Wyle. But what did I think of this show? A lot of people have compared the show to ER, mainly because Noah Wyle starred on both shows. Personally, I can't make the head-to-head comparison because I've never seen ER in full. But The Pit is an excellent show. Noah Wyle is amazing as the leader of the group, who is still trying to recover from the loss of his mentor. You really get to know the hospital staff as well, many of whom are on their first day. Each of the episodes takes place during real-time hours, and it's done very well. Some of the stories don't have conclusive answers. But when you're working in a hospital, you don't always know what happens to your patients. So this was done realistically. A word of caution. The Pit airs on HBO Max, so it has less standards compared to a show on, say, network TV. Because of this, some of the scenes can be extremely graphic. Also, while not spoiling anything, episodes 12 and 13 of Season 1 portray an extremely tense event, and I could not bring myself to watch those episodes. For those who don't or can't stream, the channel TNT currently has all 15 episodes of Season 1 on demand. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website, shown here, or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.